Hey guys, and welcome back to Devil Dagger here in Gnomoria. We have a merchant from our merchant city-state that finally decided to show up after Hugo, our most recent ambassador, joined the kingdom again. And this time the merchant brought us three rather interesting items: a male alpaca, a female alpaca, and some mushroom seeds. Now the mushroom seeds are what we are going to be using to create our mushroom farm underneath it, where our water pipes are going to be going. So I went ahead and set up the trade deal. They're getting a little bit of profit off this, but not much. Just a couple of craft items, nothing too big. Unfortunately, they don't have much else that we're particularly interested in at this moment. It's just the standard ores that our mining colony is also trading us. But it did raise the fact that we needed another merchant stall. I'm trying to remember. We had... This should be good to go. Yep. And hopefully they don't butcher these poor alpacas, because if they do, well, we're going to be up a creek without a paddle, unfortunately. Go ahead and unpause and get the game going. Awesome, our gnomes are go ahead and taking them over there. We're gonna have to set up their troughs to go ahead and get those going. Set those right there at the entryway, that way the gnomes can just go in there and quickly feed them. Unfortunately, the troughs for the axe are all the way back here, so we'll have to make an adjustment to that. And it looks like a bear has been spotted. Aw, who is this? Sigfran. Sigfran was on... just trying to enjoy some nature out here in the protected gardens, but no, this bear had to come up and terrify poor Sigfran. Alright, well, our well is going well. Hugo seems to be adjusting well to his new bedroom. We are trying to set up our towers here, and unfortunately, our gnomes are not doing the best job of actually building. We're having a bit of difficulty trying to actually get to the areas that we need to be getting to. And I cannot put a scaffolding there because we have our training grounds right there. So what we're going to have to do is probably do that, something like that, so that we can actually get to that block there, and we will have to set the walls back up. Now, unfortunately, this is just a part of building in Gnomoria. Some of the AI, it bugs out sometimes. I'm not sure why, but most of the time the gnomes will not build something that's going to block their path. Now here they're completely blocked off from this. They'll never build this right here. So what we're going to try and do is set up a scaffolding. So go ahead and get this going. We also need to set one up right here, so that they will build that corner piece there. And if you notice, I actually set up some rail planks right here, and that's just to prevent the enemy from actually getting in, because although a rail plank fence doesn't seem like it would be very good defense-wise, it actually completely blocks movement in this game. So it's also for aesthetic reasons. I think they said that correctly. Bit of a tongue twister there. It allows our gnomes to look out from the second floor and to see if there are any enemies without risking actually being invaded by them. So, alright. All the gnomes going to town trying to kill each other. And that bear going crazy. And for some reason they just decided that they wanted to build the wall that way. I will never understand why the AI is bugging out this way. Let's see here. Well, I guess what we can do is we can just build scaffolding all along here, just until we actually get this AI worked out, because the AI, for whatever reason, is just going absolutely nuts right now. It is not wanting to work the way I want it to at all. But I will go ahead and get this finished, and I will bring you guys back in just a second. Alright guys, welcome back. We are finally finished with the excavations that we were trying to complete. I actually forgot one of the scaffoldings that we had sitting around here. But the gatehouse is more or less done. We can have a few, we can do the roof and possibly make it a little bit taller. However, the height that it's currently at, I actually do like a lot. I don't think I'm going to be adding anything else to it, just a roof. But inside here, we're going to have 2 training grounds just to have a few gnomes training. We're going to have possibly a few tables in here. A few tables in here for our military gnomes to just kind of watch and give pointers to the lesser trained gnomes. People like the blue slaughterers, they're going to be giving advice to the less experienced gnomes in our kingdom. But on that note, I thought about decorating inside here, and I thought it'd be a good idea to go ahead and grab some of the extra stone that we were going to be having, and in that effort, I decided to make some more blocks, and on one of the stone cutters, we have it going in this particular order here. And in the opposite stone cutters, we have it going in the reverse order. And what that does is hopefully, if both of our gnomes that are stone cutters can start at one end of the list and they will meet in the middle and hopefully get the work done twice as fast. If there's a particularly large job order, like, reflooring the entire kingdom like we've done before, this will help them accomplish it twice as fast, just because they'll have 2 gnomes going at it from different directions. But that's going to allow us to go ahead and start making some different colors around the kingdom, and hopefully some different colored statues. We'll probably redo a little bit of this area inside here just to kind of give it a little bit more life. Not all this marble everywhere, as much as marble is nice to look at. But I did go ahead and come down here to the carpenter and told him, oh, the carpenter has already made them. We set up 4 birch training dummies. That way we can go ahead and put the workshop or the training grounds up here. And we're actually going to be moving the blazed bakers up here. And I've already gotten this all worked out in the spacing so that when you guys came back, you would be ready to see it, and you wouldn't have to wait on anything. So the 2 weapon racks will be leaning against each other, but we'll have 4 training dummies in total. So it'll be a nice little training area for our gnomes. If we want to, we can go ahead and put the blue slaughterers up there as well. But, I mean, for right now, it wouldn't be a bad idea. Kind of just gives them something to do. But overall, I think it looks pretty nice. We got a good amount of lighting in here. We're going to set some statues up here. Probably have some tables or something going on back here. Probably set up some pillars or something right here. That way the gnomes, as they're training, can look out onto the kingdom and see exactly what they're fighting for. I don't think it'd be a terrible idea. But I wanted to bring you guys back just to see that. And things are pretty quiet. Not much fighting going on, unfortunately. But luckily, with all these extra mushroom seeds and stone rolling around, we can go ahead and... Well, unfortunately, with all this extra marble we got right now, we're not going to have much room for all of the stone that we need. So what we're going to have to do is set up individual stockpiles for the different types of stone. But I will do all that off camera. Inventory management is something that I know you guys really don't want to waste your time with. So we'll do that in between episodes, and we'll set up all the stockpiles for the different types of blocks. But what we can do is come down here and look at how exactly we want to set up our mushroom farms. Now, what we could do is have our mushroom farms come out somewhere. I do apologize for that, guys. Apparently, I had some kind of a hiccup in my system, but I noticed everything is about right where we left off in the video. I checked the video and it cut out right before I dug down. So we got a stairwell going down right here. Just some applewood planks, fencing going up right here, an engraved marble floor, just a little off the beaten path, still close to the farms, right next to the grove, so a good central area for our mushroom farms. We're going to be using this area here to flood it, and I will show you guys exactly how to do that in the next few minutes. Just gotta unpause this and get our gnomes to work. As soon as they finish that, we will go ahead and go down and get it. Alright. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the most efficient way of doing it is roughly an 11 by 11. So, we could go over this way, which would make a lot of sense, because we could have the water come along here. It would make a lot of logical sense. However, because of the way that we have to flood this, you actually want to do it to where you have a large open area above it, and that's partially why I wanted to do it right here, because we have this entire open area to work with. So we're going to have this area here, we're going to go up by 11 and then come over by 11 and do an 11 by 11 square, and then if we want, we can do another one. But honestly, that's a pretty big order of mushrooms. We're gonna get this one dug out first, and after that one gets dug out, we will see where we're standing in terms of mushroom supplies once we actually get this farm up and running. If we come to find out that we want to have another farm, what we can do is dig a tunnel right here, and rather than having to reflood this, we can just flood just this one and then have it drain out somewhere. So that is all dug out and ready to go. Now what you want to do is set up some walls. I particularly like to use dirt just because it is the easiest thing to go with. Let's see here. It is 11, correct? Yeah. So what you want to do is go to the 6th one, drag it straight across. Go to the 6th one, drag it straight across, and you can do this to allow them to actually get back there. And once your gnomes have set up all those walls, I can show you exactly how we're going to go about flooding this. It's not exactly a science per se. You only need 5% water in order for the dirt to become quote-unquote muddied. However, there is a little bit of, how do I say this? Does this well actually have access to water? It doesn't look like this well has access to water. Has access to water. Huh. Very odd. Alright, so what we're going to want to do then... Yeah. We want to have it so that we can dig away this tile here and have the water come in. Start in here, we'll open it up to come around here, come back around to here, come here, and then we'll have a little drainage field out this way, which will eventually become our mushroom seed warehouse. As soon as we get that going, we can go ahead and start digging that out. So we need to set up the walls for inside here. And they've already dug that out, so we can go ahead and set up that wall. And alright, good to go. Now what we do is dig a hole right next to the well, because we know that is right next to where this water is. Now, this water is going to continuously flow inside here. And if you notice, this water is actually at 84%. Now, like I said, you don't need that much water. So I would recommend you get maybe 20-30% in this room. As soon as you hit that, go ahead and fill it back in. So what I like to do is just go ahead and get it ready, because I know it doesn't take very long, and with the increased game speed, it's going to take no time at all. So we're just waiting for our gnomes to come and dig this hole. There it is, and it's already filling up. Let's go ahead and fill that back in, because I know it's probably, yeah, we're already sitting at 11% water, so it's going to take a little bit of time. Let's see here. We're already at 18 and 21. We're at 24%. So a good bit of water got in there before we were actually able to cap it off. But now what we can do is come up here and tell them to dig a hole. Now, unfortunately, this is where it gets a little bit, how do I put this? Let's see, there's 5 there, so it gets a little hard to tell exactly where you need to dig, and like I said, there really is no science to it, so I'm gonna guess it's right here where these flowers start and it comes over 5. So hopefully that is where we want it to go. Otherwise we'll just have to keep digging holes in our yard, which isn't going to look great, but at least right now we have that is our biggest problem, to say the least. Looks like our miners may be taking the day off. So I am going to go ahead and tell the Blaze Bakers to stand down up here. We don't want them there anymore. And actually tell them to deconstruct this training grounds. And Blaze Bakers, please come up here to train from now on. And that should keep them from having a whole bunch of noise whenever we're doing work on the ground floor. It should just be, just on the second level. Where exactly is our miner at? Miner. Sleeping. Go figure. Ugh. Lazy gnomes. I tell you what. Alright, get off the second floor so we don't have to listen to that anymore. And yep, that was exactly where we needed it. Now if you notice, the water, it cut down to 11%, so that was roughly half. It's roughly what we needed it to be. If we cut it in half again, it's going to be roughly 6%. So we're going to need a little bit more water in here prior to that. So let's go ahead and dig this hole and get it ready to fill again, because we do not want much water getting in there. Go ahead and get somebody to come in there and fill that up for us. And we have 22%. That should be more than enough for us to actually get this, so let's see here. That goes to the middle, so if we do 5, should be perfectly fine to get this dug. And the water is emptied. Alright, now what we can do is dig this hole here. And now you dig 5 or 4. 5. And if you notice, your gnomes can go down there, but because the water is only at 9%, there is no risk of them drowning or anything. And we can go ahead and tell them to redo the floor. However, we need to hold off on redoing the floor because it is still wintertime, so the dirt actually won't grow grass on it. But as soon as springtime comes in the next day or so, well, 2 days actually, we can go ahead and get that going. So 5. Alright, so we got roughly 8% water, so that's nothing too major that we have to worry about. We can go ahead and set up underground farm. And it looks like we got a little bit of dirt that is down here. So let's see exactly what that is. Well, that's odd, to say the least. I'm not sure what the problem is there. I guess because it is exposed to light right there, it is actually thinking that it is not underground, which is a little bit of an annoyance. So let's go ahead and replace these two here. This is all dirt, but unfortunately, like I said, because it's exposed to light, looks like it's not wanting to read it as underground. Alright, well that's an interesting turn of events. So I guess we will be replacing that, or building the floor on this, just so we can actually block out the sun. Ugh, so annoying. So I'll go ahead and build that. Our gnomes should get to work on that momentarily. And as soon as they do, we can go ahead and set this up. And our gnomes are quick to work on that. Speed it up to 4 times just to get everything going. And alright, good to go. Now, we have our underground farm, which is perfectly fine. Let's see here. I believe you shouldn't have any need whatsoever for light. On the depth of only -1, you're probably not going to have anything spawn down here, but you could if you wanted to. Stop. Hey guys, and welcome back. Sorry about that giant cut made in the video. Unfortunately, something seems to be going wrong with the recording program. I'm not sure if maybe I'm facing some kind of storage issue or not, but I'm going to go ahead and end the episode here. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will catch you in the next episode. And it looks like I'm a bit popular today. So you guys have a great one, and I hope to see you next time.